Andrew, go ahead.
Oscar, just your thoughts on the game. What was Arkansas doing so well to get out to that early lead today?
I think they were making shots at the beginning of the game. We struggled a little bit, and they were running really good. Second half, we came back, we played, but the game it was just tough game. Should just keep fighting like we did, but they win. I don't know what to say, but it was a good game.
Andrew, go ahead.
I know the game just ended, but what was the message Cal told you guys after the game just now?
Say it again, please.
I know the game just ended, but what was the message that Cal told you guys afterwards just now?
Just now, I told that there was a couple guys who struggled a little bit at the beginning. We should always be ready. When you play team like this, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. So the beginning of the game, it really got us struggle a little bit, but the second half, they trying to come back, and it was a tough game. But we still lost by a couple points. But if we could start the game how we finished, I think it could be a little bit easy.
John Hale.
Oscar, how important is it for the long run that you all got Ty and Sahvir back today? I know they were a little rusty, didn't shoot it very well, but having those guys for the tournament, how big is that?
It is a big thing. Those people, they were getting recovery from injury. Even they played today, I'm not going to blame anyone, but come back from injury, everybody going to struggle a little bit, but I'm glad they're back. So together we can be ready for the tournament.
Jerry.
Yeah, Oscar, I wanted to ask you about JT Notte. He had a big game for Arkansas. What do you think of his play and how effective was he?
He's a good player, fast and make a lot of good play for his team. We just gotta find a way to stop the kid. He was playing good. He helped his team a lot. He helped a lot, but just find a way to stop him, and it could be easy for us.
Thanks.
Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron. Jerry, do you have another one?
Yeah, if I can.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay. Why do you think, Oscar, why do you think Kellen Grady didn't get it going offensively? And how big of a handicap was that?
This game, it was a tough game. They play great defense. Sometimes you're gonna struggle, but he still did what he could to help us. We just gotta be ready for the tournament. This game is great. It's great. It's great experience for us to help to tell us that it's not going to be easy. We gotta go back and work, be prepared good for the tournament and next week games.
Last question for Oscar with John Hale, then we'll get Sahvir in here.
Oscar, you guys played so differently when Sahvir and Ty were out. Was there any adjustment in changing the style back to what you were used to today versus the way you had to play this week?
No, we play exactly the same thing. We just I don't know how to say, but coach knows how he does his things. He's a professional on this. So I do not think anything will change. We run exactly the same thing. We do exactly what we do. We just did not start it how we always started. I think if we could start how we finish, it could be easy for us today.
Sahvir, what was it like to be back and just having you and Ty on the court? And how are you guys both feeling right now?
At the end of the day, it's a blessing to be able to play this game. So being out there's a lot of fun with the guys, being able to compete. Because injuries and stuff like that can happen all the time. It can all be taken from you. So I'm just taking it day by day, and I'm honestly glad that we both got a chance to go out there and compete. Obviously, it was a disappointing outcome. Wish we had won the game, but on the good side, we're both getting healthy and we're both preparing for March.
Jerry.
Yes, Sahvir. I asked Oscar. I'll ask you. What do you think of JT Notte's performance? What made him so effective?
He played a good game. Got to give credit where credit is due. Made shots, and he was aggressive.
And how was the atmosphere any different than what you guys are used to? You know what I mean?
No, we went to Kansas. We've been, at Auburn. We've been to Texas A&M. We've been to, all these places on the road. It's the same where everybody's Super Bowl. That doesn't change. So we didn't feel any different. Just today it wasn't our day.
And you banked the 3. Did you call that bank?
At the end of the day, every shot still counts. If I bank it, if I swish it, it all counts as 3 points. Or if it's a mid-range jump shot, it counts as 2 points. Same thing with a dunk. If someone dunks it, it's still the same thing if you're making a layup. It's 2 points. So made the shot and we're moving on to the next play.
Thanks.
John Hale.
Sahvir, obviously, anytime any player misses time with an injury, rust is a concern coming back. Is it good for you and Ty to make sure you're able to get all that out of the way before the tournament, before the games, are really important? It's win or go home.
Yeah, I definitely. I agree. I feel like Ty and I had some of that rust when we first got into the game, especially in the first half. But after that, I think we our play and our energy picked up in the second half. Just getting into a rhythm, feeling like it was back to normal. We made a run, we got the lead, and it was kind of back and forth throughout the whole game.
John Clay.
What did you think of Arkansas defensively, and did they defend you guys any different than teams have defended you this year?
No, I don't think they defended us any different. Every time we game plan for someone to double team Oscar, and they never do, and he hits 30 and 16 or whatever he had. We missed some shots early. I think that kind of got us out of rhythm, but defensively, there was nothing different. What we do, it works no matter who we play against, and that's why our offense is designed, and that's why we're a really good offensive team, because what we do and how we share the ball works regardless of whatever anyone decides to play.
We can go ahead and open
Tyler.
it to questions.
Yeah, Sahvir, Oscar talked about it,
Questions
the
for
slow
Oscar? Go
start
ahead,
in
Ray.
this game. What do you think contributed to that for you guys, for them to kind of get out on that run and dig out of a hole?
I'm not sure. Some of it is just there's days where you're gonna have a great start and there's days where you're not. The biggest thing is just being able to just play the full 40 minutes. A team like that, when you're on the road and you're playing Kentucky, everything's gonna go right for them that first 5 to 10 minutes. It's about just staying the course, keep guarding, staying even kill, and everything's gonna level out at some point. Those shots can't go in all the time, and if they do, and you're playing good defense, you just pat them and be like, man, good shot, and move on to the next play.
All right, last one. Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, I hope I can ask too, Tim. Sahvir, I'm wondering, like you say, it's the Super Bowl for the other team, but it's their one Super Bowl. You guys have to kind of gear up again for a Super Bowl. How tough is that to do?
At this point, I think it's nothing to us. I think that's why Coach Cal's teams have been so great later in the latter part of the year, especially come postseason and tournament time, because with a game like this, especially for the opposing team, like you said, it's a Super Bowl, so there's a lot of pressure. But for us, it's just like we love this, we play for this. It's the reason why we come here. It's the reason why we compete. And so by the time March rolls around, it's just another game, and we take it game by game, trying to figure out the way to win the game.
You may have just answered this, but I wondered if it's fun to play in a game that back and forth, possession by possession.
Yeah, I'm not sure about you, but I'm a competitor, so those games are always fun to me. And if you don't, I don't know. I love winning. I love winning, and the 30-point winning by 30 is great. But I also like the close games where it's back and forth like that. And most of the time, we are on the winning side of that. But today just wasn't our day.
Andrew, go ahead.
John, just what was it like to have Sahvir and Ty back? And did you notice a lot of rust with them? And how are they doing, I guess, physically right now?
I haven't asked them how they're doing after the game, but they were rusty to get started, and then they got going. The way we started the game, they're just unaggressiveness, and it puts a sad look on your face. You're getting knocked around, and they got every 50-50 ball. But here's what I said at halftime. I walked in half laughing. Well, I was laughing. We're down 6 guys, 0 for 8, haven't made a 3. Think about how you personally played, and we're down 6. Let's just play. Let's see what happens. I know you're going to ask me about the call with a minute to go. Let me go watch the tape. I'm not sure you should make that. And it was the game, that play. It may have been the right call, but we'll see. So the reality of it is we had some 50-50 balls. We had a throw to the rim where we didn't have to do that. We were doing fine. We were shooting 60% in the second half. Why did you throw that? So there were things like that that we hurt ourselves, but they're a good team. You know, they went through Note, and he did pretty good. I tried to put Jacob on him, couldn't play him. Absolutely, I don't know what the problem was, but he scored 3 straight baskets on Jacob. Just, I thought normally Jacob's that guy. Had that look on his face today, and I don't know why. We'll have to talk about it when we get back.
Daryl.
Yeah, John. Besides you guys, there's the other 3 really good teams: Auburn, Arkansas, Tennessee. You had to play all 3 on the road, and unfortunately for you guys, you lost all 3. Does that help you at all for March? Kind of toughen the high for what's coming, or not?
I don't think it helps us, but what it does is for the net and in league standings. I don't know how you know, I mean, it's a lopsided schedule compared to the other teams. It just is, but that's okay. We're playing for something bigger than just a seed or the league championship. You know, we always play bigger than that. And we've had teams finish 4th in this league, and we played the last game of the year. So you know what? We're going to keep trying to get better. Whatever the schedule is, we still got a game at Florida. You know, so we got a tough road to hoe, but it's, you know, we had some guys, they're not robots, they're not machines, and they did not play well. They didn't. And there were a couple guys. Well, that hurts us. After I saw the start of the game, I said, we're throwing it to Oscar every single time we can. That's what I said to him. If you're timid and you don't want to do stuff, throw it to him. Let him go. And that's what we did.
John Clay.
There towards the end when Keon took the 3, was that the play you drew up, or did they take away what you wanted?
I just wish he would have shot it straight. I'm trying to get these guys to forget about missing and making. Just think about this ball's going straight. You can't have 2 thoughts at one time, except Larry Vaught. He has 3 at one time. But the normal human being has 1 thought at a time. So how about we force that, I'm going to miss this. If I don't make this, we lose. And we focus on the ball is going to go straight. And that's what I've been hitting all these guys, free throws and everything else. You guys got some stinking thinking going on. And again, we can blame anybody, you and me, and take him out when he misses a shot. And you all know that's just not true. And so, but it was a good shot for him. I wish you'd have made it, but it was a good shot for him.
And I know Kellen was in foul trouble in the first half, but did they do anything in particular to take him away from you?
He did not work until the very last 3. And I kept saying, when Oscar gets it, why are you standing? So the last play, pull it up on the tape. He went 4 steps out and raced to the corner and got a wide open shot. It's the only time all game he did it. And I probably said it in every huddle 10 times during the game. He and Davion both, they just stood on the perimeter. And their guys are long enough to play it. You've got to move. And it didn't matter where you moved to, just move.
John Hale.
Now, Kellen, Jacob, Davion, those guys played so well in the 2 games where you were shorthanded this week and then didn't have their best games today. Is there any correlation there, or what do you think the step back was?
No, I don't think it is. They're just not machine. They're not going to play great. And when another guy comes in and hits first, it really affects your psyche. It does. It makes you like, oh, you know, you walk in the ring and you start swinging right away, you're the tough guy. The other guy does, you're not the tough guy, and it's hard. But they'll be fine. They just, you know, again, let's all recognize that we all could have done better. I could have done better. The last play for Kellen to shoot that out of bounds play, I had another call and I didn't make it. The one that got blocked. I had a play that would have been better for him and us. the out of bounds where we were throwing it out top, we were in really good shape to get something good. We really were. And, you know, they called the offensive foul with a minute to go in the game.
Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, Cal, with I think 2.5 minutes to go, Kellen had one shot attempt. You mentioned he didn't work until the end there. But when you find yourself in those stretches where he's kind of disappeared on you, is there
Just get him.
something you can do to kind of kickstart him?
Who is that?
Kellen, you know, I know you said he didn't work until the end, but when you find yourself in a game and there's a long stretch where he's disappeared, is there something you can do, you know, coach wise
you do some stuff and you move, but they're playing plays. Here's what I'd say. I come to you again and tell you, every one of us, the only thing is we didn't guard their play in the middle of the court very well. We were trying to do something fancy and then we would just play your own guy. But the reality of it is, if you know what they're running for a guy, you can take those away. You have got to work harder than they are to stop you. And we ran some stuff to try to kick back and get shots. But you know what? We ran them on the baseline. We ran them on down screens. They worked harder. He couldn't get a shot off. It is what it is. And that's when you say, you know what? He is fighting more than you're fighting to stop you. So we'll go everything to Oscar. And that's what we did, and had a chance to win, which is crazy. When you have Davion, Kellen made his last basket, the 3. I mean, that was it. I mean, think about it. And we had our chances to win. We're a good team. We're good. You know, there's stuff that we got to keep. You got to have a full roster playing well. And most of that becomes, again, an enthusiastic, spirited physicalness that I am going to build my confidence through that, not through let me have shots. You know, it was what Nick Saban said, to result-oriented versus the grind-oriented, the grind every day. If you're results-oriented, it's how many minutes, how many shots, why didn't you run this for me? Look, just can you be a better player than you are? Let's work on that. Be a more well-rounded player, and that's for everybody, which is what we're working on. I could have gone to Bryce a little bit more. I went to him, and I had him at the 4. We hadn't practiced with him much at the 4. So, you know, I was going with the guys at the end that I thought, you know, we could make plays with.
Larry Vaught.
John, talking about all that, and as you said, all things considering it, you still have a chance to win. What does that tell you a little bit more about your team? And also kind of talk about the way that Oscar responded when you needed him to respond today.
He came in the huddle and said, look, that guy can't guard me. And he doesn't say anything. How about this? Doesn't say a word to the officials. Doesn't. He may look at the guy and say, you saw him grab my arm. Why would you not call that? He may say that, but I mean, he's not yelling and making, he just plays. And he's playing for his teammates, and the stuff that he's doing and the way he's shooting the ball, even passing the ball better. We got to have some other guys play. We had 2 rusties in there, and we had a couple other guys that didn't play very well. And we had our chances to win. We could have won the game anyway.
Daryl.
Yeah, John, I think this is 4 straight games you've trailed by double digits in the first half, 1-2 lost to. Is that coincidence or is that a concern going forward?
Yeah, I don't know. I may switch around who I'm starting just to change it, but we'll see. You know, again, I got to watch the tape and, you know, see why it was, what did they do? What did we do? But in the end, you guys know we could have won the game. So now we go home and got a home game, got a road game, and it's over. And now we start tournament play, which is why we do what we do.
Last one, Jeff Drummond.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Cal, Note had 30, but his last bucket came with about 9 minutes left. Did they do something to kind of take advantage of the focus on him kind of down the stretch with the other guys?
Now, well, they threw it to Williams a couple times, and it was as much as our scheming. Like we just got screwed up. You know, they got like layup and one and a jumper. Think about that. And I thought we did a good job on Note, except for Jacob. Jacob struggled with it. But the other guys I thought did a really good job in the second half, made him take tough shots and got some jump balls and all that. So